In the heart of a dense forest, there stood an ancient temple, shrouded in mist and mystery. It was said that those who ventured to the temple in search of enlightenment would either leave with profound wisdom or return with even more questions. The temple was home to an enigmatic Zen master named Kaito, known for his ability to guide seekers toward the truth that lies beyond words. One crisp autumn morning, a young monk named Aki arrived at the temple. Aki had spent years studying the scriptures, practicing meditation, and honing his understanding of the world. Yet, despite his efforts, he felt something was missing, a deeper truth he could not grasp. With a humble heart, Aki bowed before Master Kaito, who was seated quietly in the temple's garden, surrounded by the vivid colors of the falling leaves. "Master," Aki began, "I have come to you in search of enlightenment. I have studied, I have meditated, but the truth still eludes me. Please, guide me." Master Kaito looked at Aki with eyes that seemed to pierce through his very soul. He remained silent for a moment, then said, "If you wish to find the truth, you must answer a question for me. What is the sound of one hand clapping?" Aki blinked in confusion. He had heard of this question before. It was a koan, a Zen riddle meant to transcend logical thinking. He bowed respectfully and retreated to a quiet spot in the garden to contemplate the question. Days turned into weeks, and Aki pondered deeply, trying to solve the riddle. He listened intently to the sounds of the forest, the rustling leaves, the chirping birds, the flowing stream, but no matter how hard he tried, he could not hear the sound of one hand clapping. Frustration began to build within him, and doubt crept into his heart. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the temple grounds, Aki returned to Master Kaito. His face was drawn with weariness, and his mind was tangled in confusion. "Master," Aki said, his voice filled with despair, "I have tried and tried, but I cannot find the answer. How can one hand make a sound? It is impossible. Please, show me the way." Master Kaito gazed at Aki with a gentle smile, then slowly raised his right hand. He extended his fingers, and with a calm, deliberate motion, he brought his hand toward Aki's face. But before it could make contact, Kaito stopped, leaving his hand suspended in the air. Aki stared at the hand, his mind racing, trying to grasp the meaning behind the gesture. The stillness of the moment was almost unbearable, the silence stretching on like an eternity. And then, in that silence, something shifted within Aki. He felt it, not in his mind, but in his heart, in the very core of his being. It was as if the silence itself had spoken to him, revealing a truth that words could never capture. Suddenly, the question no longer mattered. The riddle that had tormented him for so long dissolved into nothingness. Aki's eyes widened, and a deep, serene understanding washed over him. He looked up at Master Kaito, who was still holding his hand aloft, and bowed deeply. "Thank you, Master," Aki whispered. "I understand now." Master Kaito nodded, his eyes filled with quiet approval. The sound of one hand is not something that can be heard with the ears or understood with the mind. It is a truth that transcends duality, a reality that exists beyond the boundaries of logic. Enlightenment is not found through answers, but through the realization that some things are simply beyond understanding.